Hi guys, it's your girl B Michelle coming at you with another Dollar Tree DIY, and these are some of the items that I will be using to create this sconce. So I'm using these trays from the Dollar Tree, one of the mirrors. I'm using two of the 8x10 picture frames as well as a 4x6 picture frame. I know I just showed you a 5x7, but I changed my mind along the way. So I'm actually going to be using a 4x6 instead of the 5x7. But all of the items will be listed in the description box. So I'm starting with the 8x10 picture frame and I'm removing the tabs off of the back. Then I followed up with some hot glue to secure the glass down to the frame. Just go around the whole entire frame to make sure it's secure. Then I give it a little shake to make sure that it's not coming out. Then I followed up with some glass cleaner just to free it of any debris or anything to make sure that my mirror would stick for the next step. Once my glass is all clean, I followed up with the mirror. I just removed the whole mirror from the casing, and I will use some E6000. You can use Fix All or whatever strong glue that you desire. And I just placed it on the back of the mirror, and I'm going to place this on top of the glass in the frame. I used the hot glue in addition just to give it that instant stick. So once the mirror is placed, you just want to make sure that you have it centered as much as possible because this mirror doesn't fit the entire frame itself. So you will have a little space on both sides. So after that, I followed up with some more glass cleaner to make sure it's clean so I can place my Christmas lights. So I used this 20 pack of string lights. I got these from Walmart. Dollar Tree do carry the string lights, but with the color of this, I thought the white would look better because I've only seen the green lights at, I mean, they're clear lights, but the cording is green at the Dollar Tree. So I'm also using this wood burning kit. I also call it my soldering gun. And you can find these at Walmart as well in a set. It has different attachment pieces, or they have one with just one piece on it by itself. And this part, you don't necessarily have to do this. You can still do this project without using that tool to glue. I just used it just to give it some space to place that cord, but you can still do it without that cord. And I'm just showing you the wood burning kit because I've had some people that ask me what kind of tool or where did I get it from or whatever. So I'm just showing you how the packaging looks. I used a touch of hot glue to hold the cord down in place, and I'm just going to continue to use the hot glue to glue the cord down to the mirror. And you do want to unplug this. I plugged it up to make sure all the lights were working, but you do want to unplug it while you're doing this part to avoid any risk of shock or electrocution. So yeah, just want to be safe with things. So then it should look something like this. Just randomly spread it out and glued it down. So once I have all of those lights glued down, I just use this tray and I'm going to glue this on top of the frame to create my sconce. So I was just looking at the placement of it, and I'm following up with some E6000 to glue down the parts that's going to touch the frame. Then, of course, I followed up with the hot glue for my instant stick. Then I placed the tray onto the part that was glued and just want to line it up and try to make it as even as possible. And you just want to hold it up and look at it to see if everything is even. and just apply some pressure so that they can adhere. So I took the next 8x10 frame and I'm removing the tabs from the frame, and I will not use the glass on this part, just the frame. So I put my frame to the side and I took some of these gems, and these are the ones that's in the pack with the light that changes color. You can use the diamond shaped gems if you want to. So I'm taking some of the hot glue and I'm just gluing. I use about 10 on the sides. You can put as many of these as you desire, but I kind of put a space in between them and use 10 on the sides. But on the other part, the top and the bottom, I use more. I didn't actually count it. I just filled in the whole space. And actually on the part that has the handle for the tray, I doubled that. So there's like 2 rows of the gems on that part. And I didn't show that part in the video, and I realized that afterwards. But so just space these out on the sides, and on the bottom and the top, just fill it in as tightly as possible. But of course, you guys can design this however you desire to design it. If you want to use diamond wrap or rhinestones or whatever, you can do that as well. So it should look something like this. And this is how it looks with all of my gems placed. See the 2 rows on the handle part of the tray. And if you want to cut the handles off, if you want to use the soldering gun and solder those pieces off, you can do that as well, or a hot knife or whatever, you can do that as well. So next I'm taking that 8x10 frame and I turned it sideways. So it's going the opposite direction of the base frame. So there's going to be like a space in between. Well, you'll see it in the end. So I'm using the E6000 and the Fix All to glue my frame down in place. Just line it up and center it as much as possible. And apply some pressure. So it should look something like this. Next, I changed it up from the 5x7 and I decided to use the 4x6. You can use the 5x7 or 3.5x5 frame if you want to. I like the look of the 4x6 instead of the 5x7. So of course, following those same steps with securing the glass into the frame, because I am keeping the glass on this particular piece, and clean the glass up. And I started to line the glass with some gems like I've done on previous projects, but I opted not to do that. That is an option, especially using the 5x7 frame, because you will have space to line it with gems if you wanted to do it that way. So with the 5x7 frame, if you chose to do that, and if you wanted to use some gems to line the frame, you'll have more space in between the 2 frames. Because the 5x7, if you place your 8x10 frame the way I have it placed here, when you place the 5x7 the other direction, it's going to sit on top of the gold frame. So that gives you more space in between the frame and the tray for you to place gems if you wanted to do it that way. So that is another option for you. So with the 4x6 frame that I chose to use, I like this look better. Followed up with some E6000 as well as the hot glue. And I'm going to glue this down to the tray because it's going to fit inside of the 8x10. And it's going to leave a little bit of space in between the 8x10 and the 4x6 frame. So just glue that down, just center it up. Of course, you may want to stand over your project while you're doing it. And then I lined it with some gems in those spaces that it left between the 2 frames. So lined it up with some gems using some hot glue to glue those down in place. Once I have all of those gems glued, I also glued some gems on the corners of the 8x10 frame. And that is basically it. So I will show you the final look. So here is the final look, you guys, and I absolutely love the way this turned out. I will be making another one because I like things in pairs. I didn't make two because I didn't have enough gems, so I will be making another one of these. So I really like this, and this is how it looks with the light off. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, if you like what you see here and want to continue to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell. Feel free to leave comments if you like, and you can also share the video if you like. And I also want to thank you guys for taking time out of your busy schedules to watch my videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I know time is very precious to everyone, and I know the importance of time, and it seems like there's never enough time to do things, but I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. I love you all. So from the bottom of my heart, I really do thank you guys. You guys are the best. And without you guys, I wouldn't have a channel. So I really appreciate you guys. Peace and love to each and every one of you. And until next time, bye.